I believe I'm at the weight that I needed to be probably a year ago. So I'm right where I need to be. I'm walking around in a good weights at this moment. I feel strong. I feel fast as ever. And I think the most important part about this whole thing is really that what I did at 135 is what I see at 147. My mind is really set on this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And when my mind is set on something, I go out there and I take it. So with all that being said, I'm going to beat the living dog out of Rolly Romero.
It's a family show. It's a family show.
Hey, Teo, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm being the living dog poop out of him.
There you go. That's much better. Much better. Yeah.
I just feel like walking them down. You ever just feel like doing things?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people just do things, even if it's not the most efficient way. They just do things just to do it, right? You ever just do things that's not efficient, but it's just like, just do them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you done them like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. You know, sometimes I just, you know, it's for the thrill of the fans.
And to prove a point to him, like you really are my little brother / sister. And I will.
No. It's to prove it to the fans. I mean, it's to give the fans a show, you know?
The tension between Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez was already impossible to miss, but their heated interviews have taken the build-up to another level.
I mean, I'm faster than Ryan, and I think Ryan's faster than Teo, no? Well, I mean, I clearly proved to the whole world I was faster than Ryan just because I just don't on video all day, right? Anyway, I gotta do that. Anyways, right? Because I don't do that on video all day, it doesn't mean I'm fast. There's different kinds of speed, and like I have a fast twitch explosive speed.
So that wasn't just timing him in the exchange with that hook. You're legit faster than Ryan Garcia and Teofimo, is what you're saying.
Yeah, punch for punch, I'm faster.
Oof. Okay.
Maybe they throw quicker combinations, but punch for punch, I'm faster.
He's inaccurate because delusional is when it's not real. It's real. It's just what it is, man. I am who I am. I know what I am, and I think that's why I look at it like this. I may get something out of it.
This isn't the usual situation where two fighters politely answer questions and save everything for fight night. Every time a microphone gets placed in front of them, the temperature rises.
Do you think this will be a tense fight with low output like the Garcia fight is? Because Teo's best as a counterpuncher, and your counterpunching made Ryan keep his hands in his pocket. Like, is it going to be a tense kind of low output fight, or you don't see it that way?
I'm gonna walk him down.
Why do that when historically with him?
I'm gonna walk him down.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a troll.
I'm gonna walk him down.
I think the whole thing is like, that's the purpose of this, right? That's why I'm a lone soldier. I really roll dolo a lot of the times. I don't really make friends with the fighters, in any weight divisions. Frankly, I'll greet them, speak with them a little bit, ask them about their training. But when it comes to it, competition is competition, man. This is competition and currency, and you can't be friends in this game. I don't see it. I think that's what makes them soft. It's what makes our era a little bit fragile. So I think the guys like myself that still carry that with the heart of a champion and holding the Ring Magazine world title, I think that maybe we have a different form of looking at it and make boxing great again.
Rolly brings that unpredictable personality, constantly throwing out sharp remarks and refusing to give Teofimo much credit, while Teofimo responds with the confidence of a former unified champion who believes his experience will eventually expose the difference between them.
How do you prepare yourself to go to war against your friend?
I mean, that don't mean I don't want to punch him in the face.
Do you want to punch him in the face?
Yeah, bro. It's boxing. Boxing's fun.
All right. Listen.
You never just want to punch somebody in the face?
For sure. I'm usually the guy to my left right now, actually. Me too. He brings that out in people.
I knew that was coming.
Go ahead, Mike.
There's nothing wrong punching people in the face.
Especially if they
Sometimes
consent
people
to
deserve
it.
it.
But your friend though, bro? Seriously, are you gonna knock Teofimo out, bro? I'm just gonna get right to it. Are you gonna knock him out? If you get a chance to knock him out, you gonna hurt him?
Yeah, of course,
Come
bro.
on,
What
dog.
you mean?
Come on.
What makes it even more interesting is that these two know each other well, and that history gives every exchange an extra layer. There is no mystery about what Raleigh wants to do. He wants to make Teofimo uncomfortable, mentally and physically, and remind everyone that he is no longer the reckless fighter people remember from years ago. Teofimo, meanwhile, seems determined to prove that his loss to Shakur Stevenson did not change his ceiling. The interviews have become their own little fight before the actual fight, with both men trying to control the narrative without giving away too much of the game plan.
You win here on August 22nd, and you're gonna have back-to-back wins over Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. What would that say about Rolly Romero on the world-class boxing scene?
I want to ask you guys, would I be in the Hall of Fame? I retire the next day, would I be in the Hall of Fame?
Not the Hall of Fame, no, but you would.
Hell no.
Not the Hall of Fame.
Like what?
I mean, what, you guys don't think Teal's a Hall of Famer? I mean,
Not yet, no, I don't.
You guys consider Lomachenko?
You know what?
Yeah,
No,
Lomachenko's a
Rolly
Hall of
brings
Famer,
up
no?
well, hold on, Rolly, you bring up a hell of a point about how perception
Okay.
about how perception shapes this type of stuff. If it were someone not Rolly Romero and they had consecutive wins against Ryan Garcia and
Took Ryan
Teofimo
Garcia
Lopez.
10 years
But
to win
wait,
a world championship.
Yeah.
You can almost feel them measuring each other through every answer. One joke turns into a serious statement, one prediction turns into another challenge, and suddenly we're talking about what happens when the bell rings. That's what makes this matchup so entertaining. Raleigh has confidence, momentum, and a world title. Teofimo has experience, speed, and something to prove after his latest setback. Neither guy wants to walk into August 22nd looking like the other man was right. So when these two finally stand across from each other under the lights, forget the interviews, forget the predictions, and forget all the noise. The only argument that matters will be settled with gloves on.
Which one you think we gonna get? Teofimo Lopez. Ain't got no power. 140 ain't knocked nobody out. He going to 47, jumping up 7 pounds. I've done it. It's different. Rolly thumping. It's different. Rolly is thumping. He can punch. He been at 47 for some time now. It's a different feeling when you get hit with them bricks. And Rolly got that freaky strength. That freaky, special freaky strength. You know.
That heated buildup between Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez already had plenty of personality, but Timothy Bradley takes the conversation in a completely different direction by asking the question nobody can avoid. Which version of these two fighters is actually showing up? Bradley immediately points out the strange circumstances around the matchup, with Teofimo coming off a loss and getting another world title opportunity, while Raleigh is returning after a long layoff. And that matters, because 15 months away from the ring is not exactly a quick vacation.
However, Teo, is he gonna have enough pop to keep him up off of him? Is he gonna have enough boxing ability? Which Teo gonna show up? Who's training Teo? I'm seeing some wrestling between, the father. I don't know how true that is. I'm pretty sure his father's gonna be in his corner, but is he gonna add anybody new? Especially after the Shakur fight, because when you fight Shakur Stevenson, most guys, what they do is they reevaluate their entire career, not only their career, but they reevaluate their life, because the boxing and technical ability of Shakur just makes everybody just go, what just happened? That was different. He didn't do nothing but just use his jab the whole time and footwork. Maybe I need to do something like that. So I don't know which TO we gonna get, man. I don't know.
Then Bradley gets to the real issue with Raleigh. Does the patient, calculated fighter we saw against Ryan Garcia return, or does the old aggressive version suddenly reappear? I actually think that choice could decide everything. Against Teofimo, reckless pressure could be exactly what Lopez wants, because Teofimo has always been dangerous when opponents give him something obvious to counter. But if Raleigh stays disciplined, makes Teofimo lead, and waits for the right moments, suddenly Lopez has to solve a completely different puzzle. Bradley also questioned whether Teofimo carries enough power at 147 to make Raleigh respect him. And that's a fascinating question, because moving up could change Lopez physically in either direction.
Damn, Teo staying way far away from black fighters, Eddie. I had to say it. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I had to say it. I'm like, he ain't fight no more brothers. No, he done for now. He like, no, give me Rolly. No, I ain't fight no damn, I ain't fight no Haney. No, I ain't fight no Haney. Anyways, man, hey, look, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Then came the biggest mystery of all. What did Teofimo actually learn from Shakur Stevenson? Bradley's point here is important. A loss like that can force a fighter to completely reevaluate his approach, especially when the opponent makes the fight look technically uncomfortable from start to finish. So are we getting the old explosive Teofimo or a more patient and fundamentally polished version? We won't know until the bell rings. Bradley isn't convinced this is an obvious pay-per-view fight, but even he admitted he's buying it. And honestly, that's the perfect summary. We might argue about the price, we might argue about the predictions, but once Raleigh and Teofimo start trading momentum, nobody's looking away.
Exactly what you said, Coppinger. I think you said it best. He's an awkward puncher, and he has an awkward style to him at times. He's explosive here and there when he chooses to, and that's the thing that you have to be aware of, right? So my whole thing is really focusing on those things in camp now more than ever. We're gonna dial in on this, and yeah, he's definitely underrated, honestly, but he's at the point where he needs to be. This is what it takes. He's hungry. He's here to defend his world title. He's facing a former two-time Ring Magazine world champion at that in 2 weight divisions. So, yeah.
Timothy Bradley raised the questions about whether Teofimo Lopez has truly evolved after Shakur Stevenson, but Teofimo himself is making it clear that he doesn't plan on treating Rolly Romero like some friendly reunion. In his interview with Coper, Lopez explained that he and Rolly have known each other since 2015, but once they signed the contracts, the friendship had to take a back seat. I actually love that mentality because boxing gets complicated when fighters start protecting relationships instead of chasing the biggest challenges. Teofimo has already shared the ring with friends before, and he basically understands the assignment. You can shake hands before the fight, but once that bell rings, nobody gets a friendship pass. Then the conversation gets even more interesting when Lopez talks about 147. He genuinely believes this could be his best division yet, and the confidence is obvious.
I believe I choose to be different. There's a choice in everything that we do, and I chose to be the guy that sets the tone and leads by example. Me and Rolly go way back from 2015, and I think that, you know, we built a relationship, a friendship at the same time while climbing the ranks in the professional, let's just say boxing, right? So I think that now we come to terms where we got to fight each other to let everybody know, yeah, it's cool to be friends, but when it comes to competition, it comes to what we love to do, we got to put everything to the side and make the fight happen.
Yeah, obviously we just sat down with Rolly as well, and he said the same thing, that you guys are friends. Have you ever fought somebody before that you consider to be your friends on this level?
Richard Comey.
Richard Comey, okay.
Yeah.
After struggling with the weight at 140, he says he feels better physically now, with more room to manage his nutrition properly, and that could matter when Rolly starts bringing that welterweight strength. But Teofimo also gave Rolly plenty of respect, calling him underrated, awkward, explosive, and dangerous at the exact moments you don't expect. That's important because this isn't Teofimo pretending he's facing an easy opponent. He knows Rolly can change the fight with one opening, and then came the Shakur lesson. Teofimo basically admitted that fight forced him to look inward and question whether he was truly following through on his own decisions. That's the part I find most interesting. He isn't trying to erase the loss, he's trying to learn from it. Now he's talking about taking over 147, fighting anyone and everyone, and eventually becoming undisputed. Big talk? Absolutely. But August 22nd gives us the first real test of whether the new Teofimo is more than just another interview soundbite.
Right, and yeah, to that point, I feel like it's a great thing for you to not have a so-called comeback fight or stay busy fight. I feel like those aren't always the best for you. I feel like you need to get up for the fight, right?
No, I think what it is, it may seem that way, right?
Okay,
throughout my career, right?
Yeah, I'm on the outside, right?
No, yeah, and it's perfect to hear it from you because the way you possibly think is how many others that view it think, right? And I realized something though, it wasn't that. When I was dialed in on what I was gonna do, I did it. Mm-hmm. That means I trusted something. I trusted myself, and that's what I'm seeing at this point in time. I needed the Shakur jabs. I needed the Shakur fight to realize to myself, what am I here for? Why am I allowing this? It's because I wasn't following through with what I decided to do.
That confidence from Teofimo Lopez makes this matchup sound straightforward, but Okoye's breakdown throws a serious complication into the picture. He sees the fight as a race against the clock for Teofimo. And honestly, I think that's one of the most interesting ways to look at it. Okoye gives Lopez the clear technical advantage, but he isn't convinced that skill alone will save him if Rolly Romero is allowed to build momentum. That's the danger. Rolly doesn't necessarily need to dominate the early rounds. He can stay patient, absorb information, and gradually turn the pressure higher, which is exactly what we saw from him up against Ryan Garcia. Okoye believes Teofimo has to make those first few rounds count, and I agree, because you don't want to give a naturally powerful welterweight 12 rounds to figure out your rhythm. If Teofimo can establish his jab, control the distance, and make Rolly hesitate early, suddenly that speed and timing become a nightmare for Romero.
Rolly gonna hit hard no matter what, I think. You know what I mean? Because of his background. You know what I mean? A lot of guys don't give a lot of credit to that, but that's grip strength. I think Dre Ward even talked about that when he's talking about how Kovalev, he's like, how can he punch so hard but be so weak when it comes to moving him around? He probably got a ridiculous grip strength, you know what I mean? He got good punching power, good mechanics, but he ain't physically strong, you know what I'm saying? Rolly, I think, has got both though. He got good mechanics, but he's strong. He's a strong guy, because you can't be good at judo throwing other grown-ass men unless you're strong and got good grip, you know what I mean? So I think him and Crawford both got that similarity where their wrestling background make them stronger than they look, and they're able to carry their power in the higher weights where other guys might not be able to.
But if Teofimo spends the opening rounds waiting for the perfect counter, we're going to have a completely different fight. That's when Rolly starts turning the dial. And Okoye's point about Romero's physical strength is fascinating too. Rolly isn't just carrying punching power into 147, he appears comfortable operating at the weight, and that could become increasingly important as the rounds pile up. Teofimo moving up could feel stronger than he did at 140, but we still haven't seen whether that power will carry deep into a welterweight fight. So now I'm looking at this matchup almost like a timer. Teofimo has to make his advantages matter early, while Rolly needs to stay composed long enough for the fight to become physical and uncomfortable. If Lopez gets his rhythm immediately, he could make this look easy. If Romero survives the early storm though, Okoye might be onto something, because the later rounds could belong to Rolly.
Teofimo can cause early in the fight. Like if he jump on Rolly and can hurt Rolly and kind of deter him for whatever his game plan is, then you know it could be a good performance for him, because I think Rolly coming. If you don't jump out there on Rolly early, Teofimo gonna get knocked out. And the reason I say that is I haven't seen Teofimo carry his power or not only up in weight but late in fights. You know what I'm saying? Later in fights he wears down. I look at him as more of a front runner type of fighter, where if he beats you and gets you down or gets you out of here and the fight going his way for the first 6 rounds, he got you. If it's blank or he really don't open up fast, Rolly will get him out of here in 7 or 8, you know what I mean? Because eventually he's going to start landing punches and punishing him, you know what I mean? I think he'll get him out of here in 7 or 8.
After all the interviews, predictions, and back and forth, we're finally at the point where none of the talking matters. Rolly has the patience, power, and confidence, while Teofimo brings the speed, experience, and something to prove after the Shakur loss. I think the opening rounds are everything. If Teofimo controls the distance early, he could build a lead quickly, but if Rolly stays patient and keeps applying pressure, this fight could become very uncomfortable for Lopez late. That's what makes this one so interesting. 2 fighters with completely different paths, both believing this is their moment. So who do you have winning on August 22nd? Drop your prediction in the comments and let the debate begin. And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.